Top stories for today consist of Fortnite Season 5 updating, as well as Octopath Traveler not receiving as much praise as many people would have thought, and also a massive Pokemon Go leak indicating we're getting some very, very rare monsters coming through very soon. All in today's News You Missed, the video game news show that recaps what happened in the video game industry that might affect you and the video game industry at large. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give a big shout out to my patron and my patron supporters. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you guys would like to see these videos a day early, you can head over there and donate $1. That also qualifies you for a free game given away each month to my patron donators, along with several other tiers for game consoles, video games, and things like that. Anyways, we should jump right into the news, and we should get started with good old Fortnite getting the updates. So Fortnite gets golf carts, portals, and a desert with Season 5. We've been getting teasers about the desert and different things appearing in different locations, but yeah, they're definitely getting golf carts, and the golf carts are just kind of like drivable cars. The desert itself has been kind of updated, integrated in. It changes a few different areas. You can see the map and how it changed to include the desert. There's also a new legendary outfit known as Ragnarok and several other updates and changes. If you're a big Fortnite player, you're going to want to look over here on this article and make sure that you get the lowdown on everything that's changed. But yeah, it's updated, so make sure to get into that. Ladies and gentlemen, Overwatch's highest leveled player games about 12 hours per day on top of his job. Now that's pretty crazy. This guy, he has a pretty decent following over on Twitch, and he is the top leveled Overwatch player. Treeboy Dave is his name. That's a streamer. He streams on Twitch, as I said before, and he doesn't stream primarily as his job, which is pretty crazy. The top leveled Overwatch player does not stream as his primary source of income. He actually works at a restaurant as well. So that's pretty cool to see a guy who's so much into gaming that he can still play as much as he does, but he also carries a job. Would this qualify as gaming addiction, I wonder? Not trying to slant or slam this guy whatsoever, but it is curious to see that this guy can function in society while playing so many games and not be considered a video game addict. Well, I guess that would be down to you. Ladies and gentlemen, he's put over 9,000 hours in, and he's looking to still put in more hours for each and every hero. He's leveled 6,087. That's nuts. But that's him, and that's his life. So check him out, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in that. Esports players and streamers can't stop using homophobic slurs, and it sets off massive debates within the community. I talked about this before. There's several streamers who consistently use homophobic slurs, okay? When you're in the heat of the moment, when you're in a game, you say something. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go and join the KKK and become a grand wizard or anything, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're all for equality. Maybe you have some underlying racism or concerns, or you were raised a certain way and it wasn't exactly equal. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily make you a racist or a neo-Nazi or anything, but it doesn't make you good either, especially when you're representing a crowd. It seems that because of these things that have recently happened this week, with very large streamers getting involved in this, there's a lot of debates going on whether or not you should be able to use these words. Slurs against the homosexual community. So that's what's going on with that. If you guys are interested in that, you can jump into that. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Mortal Kombat's movie is getting a reboot, which sounds a little bit strange. I'm not going to go into this. If you guys didn't know, Mortal Kombat's been, there's been several Mortal Kombat movies. Some of them are awful, some of them are not as bad, but they are, generally speaking, not good. And so the companies who own Mortal Kombat, they've been looking to reboot the series, and there very well may be a reboot of Mortal Kombat. Emperor Palpatine remains missing from Star Wars Battlefront 2. Hey, yeah, a lot of people don't like Star Wars Battlefront 2, but the ones who still play it like Emperor Palpatine. He has Force Lightning. That's his powers. Emperor Palpatine is very well known for not using a lightsaber. And because he's so adept with the Force, he can use Force powers way better than any type of lightsaber. He can conjure Force storms with his lightning. Hence, why he's probably removed, because he's too OP. Being a ranged character with chain lightning makes it very, very difficult to combat that. And apparently DICE thought he was imbalanced, so he's been removed, and he's going to stay removed for a while until they're able to balance him out. Force Lightning, Chain Lightning to multiple enemies, it becomes a very overpowered skill, and I can understand why people don't want Emperor Palpatine to be in the game, especially the developers, because it really handicaps the game when you're playing against him and you're just Han Solo with a blaster, and he's just shocking the hell out of you. So Playtonic shows off the first look at Yooka-Laylee Demastered mode. There's not much to this, just a picture, but the long and the short of this is Yooka-Laylee is a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie came out on Nintendo 64, and a lot of people like the way the Nintendo 64 looks, albeit for better, for worse. But the resolution back in the day, the best you could achieve would be something like 480i or 480p if you were extremely skilled and lucky as a hacker. So yeah, that definitely comes with its caveats and its problems. We don't have the HD textures that we have today back then, and that's why they want to bring this out. So you're going to be able to get a demastered mode if you own Yooka-Laylee, and you'd be able to play it with it looking like the Nintendo 64. Octopath Traveler, the Kotaku review. Heyo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to read into this that much. I've just been tipped off by several people to say that they feel like this might be a slanted review, but the game's not out yet, and a lot of people have not played the game, so I can't say if it is or isn't. But there are a few things that kind of make me look at this a little bit skeptical, and that is that this reviewer says he was able to finish the game in under 40 hours when there's been touting of this game taking 65 to 80 hours. And there's a lot of things within this review that is kind of pushing towards the fact that Octopath Traveler isn't that good. It's not a bad game, and of course, a lot of people have perceptions of what a good and bad game could be. At the end of the day, some people think Earthbound is a absolutely terrible game and they don't want to play it, but that doesn't detract from it being a masterpiece and for what it did for the RPG genre. Again, as I said before, I'll be reviewing Octopath Traveler myself, so if you want to take it with a grain of salt, you can read through the review and see if you'd like to get it, or you can wait for my video coming up this Saturday. Nintendo is helping developers with crossplay, continuing talks with platform holders. There's not much to this story. In fact, there's not really like some big hitter piece saying that Nintendo's working with Sony on crossplay. They're just saying that, depending on who asks them, they're inclined to help publishers incorporate crossplay. That's what they want to do. It does not mean that they are going to be putting Mario on Xbox or, you know, Zelda on the PlayStation or anything like that, but they are open to crossplay. So there you go, Nintendo is helping publishers, be it big and small, to crossplay, which is a really, really big and good thing for the industry. So there's new Pokemon found in Pokemon Go. Due to data mining, we got a massive amount of Pokemon that have been not used and unconfirmed for Pokemon Go. Some very noticeable entries that have been omitted for various reasons. That would be Smeargle. Of course, we're going to be getting Celebi, but we're able to see it here. Jirachi, Nincada, Ninjask, as well as the Huntails, Clamperls, Deoxys, and several other Pokemon have not been able to be obtained in Pokemon Go. Through data mining, we now know that they actually do have sprites, which would lead a lot of people to believe that they're eventually going to incorporate them into the game, sooner than later, because they do have sprites built for them. So, hey, who knows? Maybe these 3D models, these sprites here, will actually be put into the game and we'll be able to catch these Pokemon. It's just something that's been data mined, and it does seem to lead towards the idea that we are going to be catching these new Pokemon very, very soon. Finally, I wanted to close on this. There's a new Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee trailer, and it's thrown up on Pokemon over on Twitter. I'll go ahead and link it in the description below. You just take the link and you can watch it. It's pretty cool. It shows basically everything we've seen already, but it goes in depth with what the Cerulean gym looks like. It also shows that you can give your Pokemon haircuts, and it shows the Kanto map, so you can zoom in on that and you can make it look a little bit better so that you can get a better look yourself at what we're going to be dealing with. Also, I'd like to point out that Pikachu's haircut in particular looks like a 90s soccer mom gave him a bowl cut, and he's a real good boy. The barber really messed him up on this one. Man, I feel real bad for you, Pikachu, and I'm sorry. So that's it for this episode of News You Missed. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave me a massive thumbs up if you did. Like and share it to everyone you know. If you didn't like it, you can go ahead and leave me a thumbs down, and you can tell me why and what I can do better in the future. And I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. I'm on the road to 1 million subscribers, and your subscription can help me get there a lot quicker. I want you to be here when I'm holding that gold play button, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and hopefully you guys will be here to join me with that. Take it away, N-Card Slate. Show them something they might like. As always, good gaming, God bless, and I'll see you later.